Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 12, the final week of the regular season for the 1957 NFL replay. We are at Yankee Stadium, where the New York Giants, 4-6-1, host the Eastern Division champions and NFL championship game bound Cleveland Browns in front of a crowd of 54,294 come to see the last game of this regular season. And as usual, before we get to the fourth quarter, we're going to go through round 11. And at the end of this game, we will go through the final standings for the regular season. So in round 11, Pittsburgh Steelers beat the New York Giants. The Chicago Bears went to the Chicago Cardinals and beat them. The San Francisco 49ers beat the Baltimore Colts, which has an effect on this week's games. The Philadelphia Eagles went to the Washington Redskins and beat them. The Cleveland Browns won at the Detroit Lions, and again, that has an effect on this week's Western Division games. And the Los Angeles Rams beat the Green Bay Packers. So, the way that it currently stands after 11 weeks, in the East, the Cleveland Browns with a 10-1 record are the Eastern champions and will go to the NFL championship game. Philadelphia Eagles will finish second with 6-4-1, or are currently second with 6-4-1. Pittsburgh Steelers 5-5-1. The New York Giants, today's hosts, are 4-6-1. The Chicago Cardinals 3-8, and the Washington Redskins 2-9. In the Western Division, the Detroit Lions are 8-3. The San Francisco 49ers are 7-3-1. The Baltimore Colts are 7-4. The Los Angeles Rams cannot get into the championship final. They are 5-6. The Green Bay Packers 4-7, and the Chicago Bears are 8-3. So, with the final games, Detroit are at Chicago, San Francisco host Green Bay, and Baltimore are at the Los Angeles Rams. If Detroit win, then Detroit will go through to the NFL championship game. If they lose and San Francisco do not lose, then San Francisco will go to the championship game by fact of that they have got a better percentage because of the tie. Baltimore must win and San Francisco and Detroit must lose. So we'll find out what happened at the end of this game. The other games are still going on, so let's go down to the field and find out the score as of this current time. And as you can see, the Cleveland Browns currently lead the New York Giants by 23 points to 7. And the scoring summary of this game, right off the kickoff, from the kickoff, Mike Campbell returned it 83 yards from his own 2-yard line to set the Browns up with a 1st and 10 at the Giants' 15. On 13:45, a 5-yard run by Jim Brown and an extra point by Lou Groza made it 7-0 Cleveland. At 9:15, a 4-yard pass from Tommy O'Connell to Preston Carpenter and the extra point by Lou Groza made it 14-0. And at 6:45, a 27-yard pass from Tommy O'Connell to Pete Brewster and the extra point by Len Groza gave Cleveland a 21-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, at 7:30, a 3-yard loss by Frank Gifford found him in the end zone, and a safety gave Cleveland a 23-0 lead. Then at 2:45, 7-yard run by Frank Gifford and an extra point by Ben Agajanian gave us the score of 23-7, which is the current score. There was no score in the third period, but Ben Agajazian missed a 37-yard field goal at 12 minutes, and Lou Groza missed a 46-yard field goal at 2 minutes. So we're ready to start this fourth quarter. The score 23-7, and the Browns have the ball first and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Short pass against a blitz. Is that going to be the play? Yes. So Tommy O'Connell is the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Charlie Connolly is the quarterback for the Giants, and it's been a lot of good field position for the Browns and turnovers by the Giants given this situation. So Tommy O'Connell takes the snap and he's looking for Ray Renfro. GA or QB, a zero pass. Well, QB isn't, and GA is. So the quarterback is sacked, and the sack is by Bill Svoboda, and he will lose 8 yards. So pushing the Browns back to their own 18-yard line, 19-yard line. No, 18, that's right, yeah. Second and 18. It's going to be an outside run against a run defense. And before we continue with this, the Browns are a +4, the Giants are a +3, so there'll be a lot of adjustments to running plays. So second and 18. O'Connell takes a snap, drops back, hands the ball off to Jim Brown. Is he a zero run? He's not. And the runner is stacked up for no gain. So we come to third down and 18. So hopefully the Giants can keep this defense going. They've certainly tightened up in the second half of this match. Medium pass against a pass defense. O'Connell takes the snap, drops back, looks to try and complete to Ray Renfro. Is SB a zero pass? He is. There's a mix-up and the ball is thrown away and it's incomplete. So at 13:45, fourth down comes up and the punter, Kenny Cons, will come onto the field to punt the ball away. Certainly a different defense to what started this game. Subtract 11, C01 if his grade is 27, and I don't think, sorry, we're on the wrong one. Punts 11. It's going to be a long punt by Kenny Cons. So it's a 45-yard punt, and it's going to be fair caught down to the 37-yard line. Of the Giants, and the Giants will take over first and 10 at their own 37. So Charlie Connolly comes out for the first time in the fourth quarter. Outside run against a pass defense. Connolly under centre, takes the snap, hands the ball off to Alex Webster. Is he a 2-run? He is. And the defender sheds the block and he nails Webster 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 12 at the Giants 35. And it's going to be possibly a screen pass against a safe, and it will be. Connolly takes the ball, looks for Frank Gifford. They are the home team, so it's going to be an excess column for Frank Gifford. Is the quarterback's X rate greater than 3? It is not, but he will make a 17-yard gain into Browns territory. 1st and 10 to the Giants at the Browns 48. Score 23-7. So they need 3 scores. Outside run against a safe defense. Connolly takes the snap. That's not right, is it? Let's take the 3 dice that we need. Connolly takes the snap, hands the ball off to Alex Webster. And Alex Webster is a C on an outside run, 21 on a C. He's going to be hit and he'll lose a yard. 2nd and 11 to the Giants at the Browns 49-yard line. 2nd and 11. Outside run against a run defense. Connolly with the ball, hands it off to Frank Gifford, who is an A. No, he's a B. So he will make 10 yards, and so he'll be short 1 yard, short of a 1st down, 3rd down and 1 at the Browns 39. Outside run against a run defense. So Connolly with the ball, hands it off once again to Gifford. Is SB a 0 run? He is not. So Gifford glances off the players and he makes 9 yards down to the 30-yard line and a 1st down to the Browns. 1st and 10 at that's 1st down to the Giants. 1st and 10 at the Browns 30. 11 minutes remaining in this game. Medium pass against a safe defense, and yes, that will be the call. Connolly's dropping back, looking for Kyle Rote. Is K0 pass? He is not. And so Connolly throws away into deep coverage. And he is going to be intercepted 17 yards down the field at the 13-yard line of the Browns. And it's going to be intercepted by Don Paul. So how far will Don Paul return this interception? Makes 17 yards back to the 30-yard line of the Browns, and they're going to take over there, and another interception by the Giants, giving the Browns the ball back in an important position. 1st and 10 at their own 30. Tommy O'Connell, inside run against a safe defense. O'Connell calling the signals, takes the snap, drops back, hands the ball off to Chet Hanalak. Is TB a 2-run? He is. So Hanalak will go to the XR column. Is J a 2-run? He's not. So Hanalak makes a 7-yard gain out to the 37-yard line, and second down and 3, 10-15 remaining in this game. Second and 3, screen pass against a run defense. And no, that's going to change to an outside run against a run defense. So O'Connell takes the ball and hands it off to Lou Carpenter. TB or EB a 0 run? No, and yes. So it gets 4 yards, but there is an offside penalty against the offense, which will be taken by the Giants. So second down and 8 now at the Cleveland 32. Inside run against a safe defense. Second and 8 to the Browns. O'Connell turns and hands the ball off to Chet Hanaluk. D or K a 0 run? No and yes. So Hanaluk will head for the sidelines on the XR column. Is SB a 0 run? He is not. So he makes 14 yards and steps out of bounds at the 46-yard line. 9:45 remaining in this game. The Browns already sure of a place in the NFL Championship game. And they're going to start using, let's have a look, there's a difference of 16 points. They're going to start using box D. So no more adjustments. Outside run against a blitz. O'Connell takes the snap, hands the ball off again to Chet Hanaluk. Is I a 2 run? He's not. So Hanaluk goes to the XR column. Is EA a 0 run? He's not. So Hanaluk gets 12 yards and a first down into Giants territory. 9:15 remaining in this game. First and 10 to the Giants, to the Browns at the Giants 43-yard line. Inside run against a safe. O'Connell hands the ball off to Jim Brown, who is an A, and he will get 6 yards to the 37-yard line of the Giants. Second and 4 to the Browns. Inside run, against a run defense. So again, O'Connell hands the ball off, and he's handing it off once more to Chet Hanaluk. It's an unusual result. It's going to be a 1-yard loss and a fumble. So Hanaluk hit and fumbles. Is E rated 0? He's not. So that means that Jack Spinks recovers the fumble and he falls on it and will not try and advance. And with 8:30 remaining, the Giants come up with the ball, first and 10 at their own 37. And they are going to be using box C. So medium pass against a pass. Charlie Connolly takes the snap, drops back, looks for Alex Webster. Connolly is a D-completion. And so the ball will fall incomplete. 8:15 remaining, second and 10. Long pass against a pass defense. Connolly with the ball, drops back, looks for Bob Schnelke. Is I a zero pass? He is not. So he's going to throw it into coverage. And the ball is going to hit a defender's hand and fall incomplete. So 3rd down and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Medium pass against a pass defense. Connolly dropping back, looking for Kyle Rote. And again, he will throw that and it will be incomplete for a 4th down. And so the punter will have to come out. Don Chandler comes out to punt the ball away. Here comes the snap. Chandler takes the punt. There's a heavy punt rush. Could this be blocked? Is his block an F? No, it is not. So it gets it off. It goes 42 yards down to the 21-yard line of the Browns and goes out of bounds. So 1st down to the Browns. 7:30 remaining at their own 21-yard line. So again, Tommy O'Connell coming out inside run against a blitz. O'Connell takes a snap, hands the ball off. Again to Chat Hanalak. He's been his go-to guy so far in this 4th period. Is GB a 2-run? Is not. So the blitz gets through and Hanalak is nailed 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 12, but only 7 minutes remaining. Medium inside run, against a blitz. So the same play. O'Connell taking the snap, handing the ball off again to Chet Hanalak. And again, is EA a 0 run? He is not. It's going to this time go to the XR column. Hanalak making yards this time, hopefully. TB a 0 run. He's not. So he gets 8 yards down to the 27-yard line, bringing up 3rd down and 4 for the Browns. 3rd and 4 at their own 27-yard line. Inside run against a safe. O'Connell takes a snap, hands it off to Jim Brown. Is E a 2 run? He's not. So Brown charges through for a gain of 9 yards, but there is an injury on the play. So it's going to be a 1st down. Let's see if there is an injury. This would be the safety Jimmy Patton for the Giants. And Patton is out of the game. So we won't be seeing Jimmy Patton involved in this game anymore. Could be his last play. It will be his last play of the regular season. So 1st down to the Browns at their own 36-yard line. Inside run against a run. O'Connell calling the signals, takes the snap, hands the ball off to Billy Reynolds. Is K a 0 run? He is. So Reynolds pushes his way through and gets 6 yards. 5:30 remaining in this game. 2nd down and 4 to the Browns. Outside run against a blitz. O'Connell keeping it on the ground, keeping that clock running. Outside run is to Jim Brown. He's an A on the 13. And he's going to make 9 yards and bring up another 1st down just inside the Giants' territory. 5 minutes remaining. 1st and 10 at the 49. Outside run against a run, keeping it running, keeping the clock going. O'Connell takes the snap, hands the ball off again to Jim Brown. Is EA a 2-run? He's not. So he's stacked up for a loss of 2 yards, but there is a flag on the play. Encroachment, defensive player lined up in the neutral zone against the Giants. 5-yard penalty, replay, first down. So the first down will be replayed. So we're at 1st and 5 at the 44-yard line of the Giants. Outside run against a blitz. O'Connell with the snap, hands the ball off, and again it goes to Chet Hanalak. Is D a 0-run? He is. So the defender stumbles and the runner gains 16 yards. So Hanalak gets the ball down to the 28-yard line of the Giants. 1st and 10. 4:15 remaining in this final game of the regular season. Inside run against a run, just running this clock down. Nothing the Giants can do. They've got to get the ball back. But O'Connell, controlling it well, steps back, hands it off again to certainly his favourite in this 4th quarter, Chet Hanalak. Is EB a 0-run? He isn't. So Hanalak hammers his way through and gets 3 yards. Under 4 minutes to play now. 2nd down and 7. To the Browns. Knocking on the door again. Outside run against a run defense. O'Connell takes the snap, hands it off to Jim Brown. Is I a 0-run? He is not. And Brown is overwhelmed and he loses 3 yards, pushed back to the 28-yard line. But more importantly, that clock keeps ticking down. 3rd down and 10. Inside run against a safe defense. O'Connell takes the snap, hands the ball off to Jim Brown. GA a 2-run. He is not. So he drives through and makes 3 yards out to the 25-yard line, bringing up 4th down, and the field goal kicker will come on. So we are looking at a 32-yard field goal. So the ball is snapped, the kick is up, and it is good. So a 32-yard field goal pushes the lead out further. 2 minutes 30 remaining in this game. 26-7. The Browns over the Giants in the final week. So out will come Lou Groza to kick the ball off. And it's a 55-yard kick all the way down to the 5-yard line of the Giants. Is going to be returned by Jimmy Patton. Who will go 17 yards before he's pushed out of bounds at his own 22-yard line. 2:15 remaining in this game. So it's going to be a long pass against a pass. They've got to try and get some score on this board quickly. Charlie Conley takes the snap, drops back, looking for Bob Schnelke. And that ball is going to be incomplete, and the 2-minute warning comes up. 2nd down and 10 at their own 22-yard line. 2nd and 10, long pass against a pass. Conley drops back, looks for Bob Schnelke again, and again it's going to be a wild throw and incomplete. 150 remaining, 3rd down and 10. So 3rd down and 10, it's going to be an outside run against a pass defense. Conley drops back, hands the ball off to Alex Webster, trying to fool the defense, but it's going to be an unusual result. It's going to be an 8-yard game in the fumble. This is not going to end well if they lose this. Just got to check to make sure I've got the right. It is going to be fumbled by so let's have a look. 65. Ball carrier or receiver fumbles out of bounds. Offense retains the possession. So they're going to retain the possession. And out of bounds gives us 140 remaining and 4th down and 2. And they're going to go for it. Inside run against a run defense. So looking for those 2 yards. Charlie Connolly drops back, hands the ball off to Alex Webster. Alex Webster is a C, 15 on a C. He's going to get 2 yards. Is that enough? Is that enough for a 1st down? Yes, it is. 1st down to the Giants. And they call a timeout. 1 minute 30 remaining in this game. The game is all over, but they could try and get a score. So medium pass against a pass defense. Conley takes the snap, looks for Alex Webster. Is CE a 0 pass? He is not. So the quarterback has time. And he's going to dump it off to an alternate receiver. And that receiver will be Frank Gifford. And Gifford will make 7 yards. 2nd down and 3, 25 seconds left. 1 minute and 5 seconds left in this game. Long pass against a pass defense. Conley drops back, looks for Bob Schnelke. And it's going to be incomplete. So 3rd down, 55 seconds remaining. 3rd down and 3. Outside run against a run defense. Let's try a different one. See what we get. Oh, that's inside run against a run defense. Conley drops back, hands the ball off to Bobby Epps, being used sparingly in this game. GB or EC a 0 run. No. And no. So Epps goes to the XR column. Is GB a 0 run? He's not. So Epps will make 7 yards out to the 46-yard line. And the 2nd time out by the Giants, 45 seconds remaining. 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter of the final week. Long pass against a pass. Conley under center takes the snap, drops back. Looks for Ken McAfee. Unusual result. And McAfee doesn't even get to the ball. Conley is going to be sacked. And the sack will be by Len Ford. So 20 seconds remaining. 2nd down and 21 at their own 35-yard line. Long pass against the pass. So Conley again takes the snap, this time looking for Frank Gifford. Is TB a zero pass? He's not. So the receiver was not open. It's incomplete, bringing us down to the last 10 seconds of the game. This will be the final play. Long pass against a pass. Conley takes the snap, drops back, looks for Bob Schnelke. TB a zero pass. Well, we already know that he isn't. And so it's going to come off the hands of the receiver and go out of bounds, but time will expire. And the regular season of the 1957 NFL season is over. And our final game, the Cleveland Browns beat the New York Giants 26 points to 7. So let's go and have an update of week 12. If you remember, this is the situation that we had. 3 teams in the Western Conference, Detroit, San Francisco, and Baltimore, could make it into the playoffs. And here are the results from the final week. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Chicago Cardinals. The Pittsburgh Steelers went to the Washington Redskins and beat the Redskins. The Baltimore Colts went to the Rams and beat the Rams, which kept the Colts in it. San Francisco tied with Green Bay in San Francisco, but all to no avail because the Detroit Lions went to the Chicago Bears and beat the Bears. And as we've seen, the Cleveland Browns here at Yankee Stadium beat the New York Giants. So the final standings in the East, Cleveland Browns 11-1 are Eastern Division champions, and they will go through to the NFL Championship game. Philadelphia Eagles with a 7-4-1 record will be second. Pittsburgh Steelers with 6-5-1. The New York Giants with 4-7-1. The Chicago Cardinals with 3-9, and the Washington Redskins holding up the rest in the East with a 2-10 record. In the West, the Detroit Lions with a 9-3 record will be the Western Division representatives in the NFL Championship game for 1957. San Francisco 49ers finished 7-3-2. The Baltimore Colts 8-4, and the Los Angeles Rams 5-7. The Green Bay Packers 4-7-1, and the Chicago Bears 3-9. So there you have it, the completion of the regular season. We've got the championship game coming up. Cleveland Browns will go to the Detroit Lions, who will host the final this year. Seems that what they did is they took it in turns, the East and the West, and it happens to be the West's turn this year. So they will host the Cleveland Browns in the championship playoff, championship finals. I hope you've enjoyed this replay. We've got one game to go, and with reference to the actual season, the Cleveland Browns played the Detroit Lions in the NFL championship game. The only difference was that the Lions had to play Baltimore in a playoff to get there. So we've got the 2 teams that actually got into the NFL championship games playing each other, and I hope that when that comes up, it will be the whole game. I'll do the first half and the second half in separate videos, and I hope you'll join me for those. Until then, thank you and good night.